Hello, YouTube. What's shaking? Thank you for spending time with me. I really appreciate it. Thought. Thought is a dangerous occupation for those who benefit from your ignorance. This is a statement I habitually express. Why? Because so many people self-censor or completely eliminate rational thought for the sake of minimizing social offense. Dago, coon, cracker, nutter, ape, banana, camel, white trash, yank, wop, Uncle Tom, shine, patty, Oreo, peckerwood, redneck, kefir, half-breed, gaijin, dink, coolie, redskin, gringo, Injun, Jap, kike. These vile terms are used solely for the intention of creating pain. Though this is not semantic, it is in opposition to logic and a healthy headspace. No legitimate function can be attributed to its use. Yet, there are individuals who find it fitting to bark these offensive comments on a daily basis. I support a person's right to say things in private with like-minded individuals, though I personally object to its usage. Why? Because I do not think an institution or people should have the power to determine for another what is appropriate speech or thought. I find it my responsibility to challenge its use when obviously employed in public as a sadistic tool of emotional and mental destruction. Use of these terms in playful ways does not strip it of its historical presence. It is still an insult. Your intonation and intention may matter with those who will listen, but I urge you not to take the absolute position that one should get over it. A little respect can go a long way in maintaining communication. I will not delete certain words or phrases because it simply makes others uncomfortable. Words are not automatically offensive because you are conditioned to believe so. For example, the terms that have a casual connection to various disabilities, like visually impaired versus blind. Visually impaired has no use for me. Why use terms that are unclear? Visually impaired is descriptive but not specific. It is a reduction in the function of perception via the eyes. It is not the inability to see. Yes, as time progresses, definitions can morph depending on influence and thoughts. However, the unambiguous senior definition can be applied by preference. Now, slapping a suffix like phobic or phobia on a word with intention of silencing dissenting views is one of the more insidious politically correct applications. For example, I am an anti-theist, but that does not make me intolerant of a person's right to embrace theism. My position should not imply the antithesis to reason when dealing with someone of a different worldview. This being said, I am opposed to certain tenets of various religious groups, one group being Islam. I am not, however, Islamophobic, though it is commonly seen by those who use politically correct tactics to attack those who may use a political implementation to impose certain ideas in their physical realization. It does not make it a credible position. Labeling one in opposition frequently is an attempt to control the opposition by sliding them into the irrational. The purpose is to discredit a person's mind and reasoning ability. Likewise, I do not suffer from gynophobia if I have an opposition to radical feminism. And if I use a political means to combat a policy, bill, or publicly express ideology that does not make me gynophobic. Again, labeling or mislabeling in this case is a purposeful cognitive distortion to induce sleep in the non-critical thinker and undermine rational communication. And let's not get me started about punishment of politically incorrect bias. Think hate law legislation. Also insidious is the false charge of another projecting a political correct position. This is the same cheap, intellectually bankrupt means of silencing dissenting views. This is often seen in conversations about race and gender relations. A society that has been conditioned to devalue critical thinking and value vague, elegantly articulated, yet disparaging connotations of old terms is in denial. It fails to admit that no purging of existing verbal cultural units or thoughts deemed bad, has taken place. It becomes primer for labeling people as diseased, thereby discrediting and silencing them. Ultimately, content of cognition is represented by language, and I assert that language itself manipulates thought. If this is correct, even partially, what does this say about the original engineers of this concept and its effect on society?